Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
No, she's still not in. Can you, John? Can you just ask her what, and I can go take care of it.
Oh, yeah. She said she's still waiting for you organize. She's probably
an executive.
Okay. Oh, now she's on.
She's on? I'm here, sorry.
Okay.
Hi.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
we're
we're good to go.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the October disability meeting for the Police Pension Fund. Let us go through the introductions for the board members.
Stephanie Zimberg, representing Police Commissioner Caban.
John Dorsett, designee for control, Brad Lander. I just want to note that Alison Hirsch is joining us via Zoom.
Brian Berge, representing Mayor Eric Adams.
Bill Dukes for Finance Commissioner Preston Nightlight.
Damian Law, alternate for Preston Nightlight.
Arthur Regner, PBA.
Chris McGrath, PBA by invitation.
Freddie Winter, PBA.
Mark Marino, PBA by invitation.
Joe McConaughey, PBA by invitation.
Vincent Diaz, Police Pension Fund, invitation.
Edmund Small, SBA.
Jeffrey Ward, DEA.
Vic Sifuni as counsel for and by the invitation of the CEA, LVA, SBA, and DEA.
John Meany, LBA.
Johnny Ramirez, CEA. Nicholas Massey, DEA.
Mark Tiskevich, Office of the Actuary by invitation.
Andy Vincenzo Miller, Police Pension Fund, present by invitation.
Eli Kleiman, Chief Surgeon.
Bob Senskestead, Pension Fund, present by invitation. Kevin Halloran, Pension Fund, present by invitation. Also present.
Paul Ruiz, Medical Division, present by invitation.
John Flynn, Police Pension Fund, present by invitation.
Stanley Thomas, Police Pension Fund, by invitation.
Mike Jasmine, SBA, by invitation.
Maria Ramos, Police Pension Fund, present by invitation. Rennie Almonte, Police Pension Fund, present by invitation.
Angela Trentini, Pension Fund by invitation.
Antoinette Williams, Police Pension Fund, present by invitation.
Okay, also joining us on Zoom, we have Law Department.
Yes, good morning. Marta Ross, Law Department, present by invitation. And I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce the newest member of the pensions group in legal counsel, Gati Dalal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
And Darren Trotter, Corporation Counsel, present by invitation.
Okay, and Allison, we already have you down, so we're good to go. And with that,
Rock and roll, phase one.
Hey, Arthur, if I could, I'd like to start the meeting by just offering a few words about Roy Richter, past president of the CEA, also a member of the NYPD for over 32 years. You know, Roy is one of those, if you got the opportunity to meet and work with Roy or even talk to Roy, he was someone who, to put it simply, most who he touched looked up to Roy. And never once did I ever see him look down on anyone. A trait like that, I wish we all could have something like that. Roy, he leaves behind his beautiful wife, Marianne, and his beautiful daughters. And I would offer that if they ever need anything and they reach out to any one of us, please, if you can't help them, let me know and I will do my best. Now, before we do a moment of silence, I would like, if anybody has anything to add about Roy, I would.
I'm going to make an attempt. I can't, sorry, but he was one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Just incredible.
He was my CO for a while in legal, and I remember just coming. I had just joined the department, and at that time he was actually the lieutenant, and I remember having a question, and always great with his information. Same thing when he was in license division too, and so just really thought he was very smart and helpful.
so I just want to say I served on the board for a very long time with Roy, and remember when he first got elected and came to the board. And he was just a wonderful guy to deal with. And when that grin came out, you knew you were either getting, told that he needed to do something, or or was going to get a lesson in what it was like to be a gentleman and talk to somebody and really do good things for the members and for this fund. And just show the humanity of what we do here and how we deal with people. I will always appreciate that. And he was a good friend as well as a good colleague on the board. So,
I'd like to say fortunate working with Roy. That Roy was always the most passionate advocate for all of his charges. He always answered your call. He helped me personally. He helped the medical division out tremendously and was always available. A brilliant attorney and a good friend. I will miss him.
I didn't have the good fortune of working with Roy as a trustee, but in my capacity working for a few years at the law department when Roy was on the board. I mean, that guy could keep you on your toes. Roy asked the questions. Sometimes they were kind of stem winders. Sometimes they were damn good questions. And they were always questions of somebody who was paying attention, who was deeply invested in looking out for his members, and who knew things up and down. So I had a tremendous amount of respect for Roy as a legal mind in his own right, apart from his role as a trustee.
Well, I want to thank everybody for their comments. Anyone?
One more attempt.
Okay.
Tony Garvey, who many consider to be one of the best union people in the business, said he thought Roy was the best he's ever seen. And he likened him to Eli Manning. He said when he entered the room, you didn't think, because he was so unassuming, that he was going to win the Super Bowl. He would win the Super Bowl. So I think I'm done for the day.
That's perfectly put. So at this time, I just want to call for a moment of silence. And thank you, Arthur, for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, John.
Roy.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Rest in peace. Public meeting, page 1. To accept minutes of the previous meeting, Wednesday, September 13th, 2023, and to confirm the next meeting date, Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. Article 2.
Pages 2 through 11, no issues or concerns.
Thank you. Page 12 through 14, medical board legislation. I'm going to put this on the table at this time. Page 15 to 90, discussion, ban corpus funding fiscal year 23, third quarter.
Good morning, everyone. So regarding to the corpus funding for the first quarter, my team and I have reviewed the documents and we had no issues with it, so we recommend the board to move forward with it.
Any issues? So moved.
So I'd just like to say thank you on behalf of the control. Appreciate the continued support.
Page 91 to 178, fiscal year 2023 actuarial evaluation report for the New York City Police Pension Fund.
So asking the board to note receipt of the June 30th, 2021 actuarial valuation, which determines the contribution for fiscal year 2023, which just ended. The board already approved the final contribution amount for the fiscal year last April. This report simply provides all the supporting documentation that satisfies actuarial standards. I just want to point out a few changes to this report compared to last year's. I try to make the report easier to read, so you'll notice larger fonts, bigger tables, easier to read tables, and a couple reformatted charts and tables just to bring your attention to. On page 14 of the report, which is 109 in your board packet, there was a chart showing what we're calling the contribution cliff. It made that easier to read so you can clearly see. There's a payment of $1.4 billion in fiscal year 2032 that pays off the initial unfunded. It transitions to a credit of around $400 million. So that shows, $1.8 billion drop in the employer contribution in fiscal year 2033. And then on page 33, I replaced two exhibits that are required by standards to show the volatility in employer contribution rates that are inherent in these public sector plans. The old exhibits were just generic from like a textbook. They showed plans that had a 7.5% actuarial assumed interest rate. replace those with actual projections of your plan that show 30-year open group projections using 5,000 trials. And so you can see what the volatility is under, 5,000 30-year trials, assuming 7% interest rate with 12% standard deviation. So, happy to answer questions now or later if you have any on any of that.
All right. No questions? All right.
All right, so moved. Page 179 and 186, resolution. Transferable earnings skim from police to the POVSF and PSOVSF as of June 30th, 2023. Attachment the memo dated October 4th, 2023, distribute to police, POVS, and PSOVSF. Any issues or?
So every year, the actuary working with the comptroller determines the amount of assets to transfer from the qualified pension plan to the variable supplements fund. Historically, this asset transfer has been known as the skim. This letter in your board package shows the derivation of the transfer amount for this last fiscal year, and it's zero again. Even though there were positive earnings this fiscal year, they weren't large enough to eliminate the deficit that was created the prior fiscal year, making the transfer zero again. I just want to point out there are two subtle differences in the letter this year compared to prior years. Normally in October, the actuary in my office, we would give you a preliminary transfer amount that's based on 90% of the transfer, and then 18 months later, there would be a true-up. Because the VSF payments, the members are now effectively guaranteed, and because the annual valuations are self-correcting by nature, there's no practical reason to stretch out this process 18 months. So instead, the new process is to simply perform these skim calculations on an annual basis and transfer 100% of any of the amount we calculate. So in this letter, there's no reference to it being preliminary or initial. It just says this is the transfer amount, and all the references to 90% being transferred have been eliminated, so it's effectively 100% transfer if there was to be a transfer. So happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or issues? No? So moved.
Good. All right, we're prepared.
Page 187 and 199, resolution. POVSF unfunded actuarial present value of accumulated plan funds.
Oh, yeah, just before, just to codify it for the members of the PO, police officers and police superior officers, VSF. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. As you noted, Audie, and then now we will need a motion to get out of executive.
So I'll make a motion that we exit the public session and enter into the police officers variable.
Police officers variable supplement.
Hold on a second, we're going to the officers?
Yeah, the police
Okay.
officers variable supplement fund, POVSF.
All right. Do you have a motion? Second?
Second.
Motion.
Okay, thank you, Brian. All right, roll call, police officers?
But page 187 and 199,
It's a roll call.
roll call?
Roll call. Yeah, we gotta do a roll call.
All right.
For President. PBA?
Yes.
Okay, mayors?
Yes.
Finance?
Yes.
Controller?
Yes.
All right.
So with that, I'd like to make a motion that we exit the police officers variable supplement fund and enter into the police superior officers variable.
Okay, John, we gotta approve
Hold
the
on a second.
resolution.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The problem is we need a roll call to go into it. So
Into it,
PBA, yes,
Yeah.
No.
That was a roll call, we didn't vote yet.
Yeah, we didn't vote.
Okay,
yet. That was
all right,
just
so
a
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation of the actuary relationship to the transfer.
First, okay. Second, PBA?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, none opposed? All right, so move, thank you very much, and now a motion.
Now, I'm gonna make a motion to exit the police officers variable supplement fund and enter into the police superior officers variable supplement fund.
Okay,
Is there a second?
there's a second. Okay, thank you. All right, we'll do a roll call of the PSO VSF. DBA,
CEA votes yes.
No. Roll call.
Yes. SBA, present, okay. LBA, CEA,
Present, first time.
and anybody else say, okay. Controller,
Present.
Mayor,
Present.
Finance. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
So I would like to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the actuary with respect to the transferable earnings.
All right, we have a second?
Second.
Second, CA, SOC, how about that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? All right, so moved.
Okay, so I would like to make a motion to exit the OVSF and enter into the executive, the public session?
We're in the public session.
Yeah, we'll exit public session to go into.
Re-enter into public session of the police pension.
Okay,
Second, now we're in police pension.
all right.
Now,
Now, back in public, and we have a motion to exit public and go into executive.
So I will make a motion to exit public session and enter into executive session in order to discuss this.
All right, second by the CPA, all right?
Course of ayes.
Thank you, chorus of ayes. Thank you, so moved. And we will now